The other day at a campaign rally, or just a rally in Alabama, Donald Trump took shots at Colin Kaepernick without specifically mentioning him by name. But it was in reference to the Anthem protests that Kaepernick has helped to spark over the past couple seasons now. And the way the NFL has handled the whole Kaepernick situation has been terrible. I mean, you couldn't possibly handle it worse than the way the NFL and the NFL owners have handled this exercise in free speech. Okay, but Donald Trump made the situation much worse. And I say that from the point of view of them. Like, and from my point of view, you couldn't have asked for a better scenario, because now I'm recording this on Sunday morning, before the NFL games really kick off, which usually, happens around 1:00. And you're now going to have upwards of 70 plus people participate in the protest. They're going to take a knee, or they're just going to sit on the bench, and they're not going to actually participate in the U.S. anthem, the American anthem. Let me play this video so you can listen to what this raving, white supremacist said, and then I'll respond afterwards.
Wouldn't you love to see one of these NFL owners, when somebody disrespects our flag, to say, get that son of a bitch off the field right now, out, he's fired. He's fired!
So he says, obviously, you could hear it for yourself. Wouldn't you love it if one of these NFL owners said, get that SOB, that son of a, you know what, off the field, he's fired. So he is advocating for people losing their jobs for a totally nonviolent, mildly controversial. I don't even think it's that controversial to take a knee. It's very stoic. It makes you feel prideful, and because they're standing up for something without necessarily being disrespectful. But we're not necessarily being disrespectful. They're not being disrespectful at all. But you see, that's not how a lot of these right wingers view it. You see, to them, they've narrowly defined patriotism to mean basically being a sycophant. Basically being a Kool-Aid drinking flag waver. Someone who doesn't question anything about America, doesn't question. And let's not forget that the reason this protest started in the first place, the reason this protest started is because of the illegal, unconstitutional assault on black people by the state. So there are a couple reasons why right-wingers, are getting butthurt over the Anthem protest. Is number one, they are police state violence deniers and state violence apologists who don't want to admit to the unlawful, illegal acts against black people in this country by officers, by agents of the state. And then you have Kaepernick is also hitting the nerve because, he's taking a knee, so that triggers their jingoistic tendencies. Okay, so when have you, and a lot of people have pointed this out, you have not heard Donald Trump say anything remotely similar to that when it comes to Russia, when it comes to white supremacists in Charlottesville. He said that they're good people. There's some good people on that side. He didn't call them SOBs, but black people who are exercising their rights, they're SOBs. And then people have the nerve to question whether or not this man is a white supremacist. Now, before I end this video, that's really all I wanted to say about that. I can't wait to see how players react at 1 o'clock. I'm actually going to watch the beginning of the game because I want to see. First of all, I want to see if they even show the anthem. Yeah, because they might try to do something slick and not even show it because so many people are protesting it, and they clearly have a problem with that. And they have a problem with that not only because of the reasons I mentioned earlier, but there's the whole issue of paid patriotism and manufactured patriotism within the NFL, right? Now, one of the things that they don't really tell people is that up until about 2009, players didn't even come onto the field for the anthem. That's something that's very, very new. And I'd wager most NFL fans probably don't even know this, especially the ones getting all in their feelings about what Colin Kaepernick is doing. Okay, before 2009, that didn't happen. You know, unless a player just wanted to be out there when the anthem was being sung. But, you know, paid patriotism is the reason why that's become a thing. Right? The Department of Defense even got called out recently. Well, not recently, a few years ago by a senator. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, so here we have it right here on SBNation.com, which is a sports website. It's not a political website. And the title of the article is "The Military Paid Pro Sports Teams $10.4 million for Patriotic Displays and Troop Tributes." Okay, so they're doing this for recruitment purposes. This is a recruitment tool, also known as propaganda. Pro-military, military industrial complex propaganda. That they actually, where they do this intentionally, not only for recruitment purposes, but to galvanize the public and to get the public on their side. And it says the McCain-Flake report finds $53 million in DoD spending for patriotic displays at sporting events. So you can read the article yourself because, you know, it goes into a lot more detail. I just wanted to bring that up. You know, there were like 122 contracts and 72 were for paid patriotism. And, you know, it was the Air Force was involved, the National Guard, and a ton of teams, the Cincinnati Bengals, the Baltimore Ravens, of course, the New England Patriots. You know, so that's a whole issue in and of itself. And so when you have someone like Kaepernick taking a knee, it kind of conflicts with the paid patriotism at sporting events. You know, in the pro-MIC military industrial complex propaganda that the NFL and other sports leagues are participants in. So, you know, I just wanted to put that out there. Just be aware of what's being done to manipulate your mind. Okay, so I am praying. No. So I hope that whatever happens today at these NFL games, I hope it sends a loud message, and I hope it continues, because Trump just made this thing a lot bigger than it actually would have been if he had not opened his damn mouth up. Okay, but that's the Grand Wizard in Chief for you. And that's all I have to say about that.